Hi trackies, welcome back to another video. Please remember to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. That's how the video gets you the YouTube algorithm. Share the video if you care. I hope you care, so share and sound off in the comment section below. All right, so trackies, the women's 100 meters from the Racers Grand Prix. Wow, what can I say? I did tell you all, Tina Clayton was hungry, and Tina Clayton definitely comes out in a big way to win that women's 100 meters.
Here we go, the women's 100 meters sponsored by KFC. The world record 10:49, Florence Griffith joined at the USA. The meet record jointly held at 10:78 by Sharika Jackson and Julian Alfred of Jamaica and St. Lucia respectively. The world lead 10:73, Melissa Jefferson Wooden of the United States of America. We start in lane number 1 and welcome the reigning world under 20 champion. 11:43 this season, but on her best she is 10.92. Jamaican junior record holder, Alana Reed. In lane 2, she is the 100-meter hurdles world record holder, 2022 world champion in that event and reigning Commonwealth Games champion. 11:10, her best at 100 meters. 11:28 this season. Welcome the Nigerian, Toby Emerson. In lane number 3, twice the world under 20 100-meter champion, 10.95 at her best, 11:02 this season, representing Jamaica, Tina Clayton. In lane number 4, she ran a stunning 10.77 last year. She's got 11.1 on this season. From the United States of America, welcome Jixia Sears. In lane number 5, she was 7th in the Olympic Games final last year. She's already had one Diamond League victory this season with a season's best 10.92, 10.86 at her best from last season. Welcome Tia Clayton. In lane number 6, World Indoor Championship 60 meters silver medalist back in 2022, 10.96 personal best, 11.23 this season. From the USA, Micaiah Briscoe. In lane 7, she was part of Jamaica's team that won 4x100 silver at the 2022 World Championships, 10.88 her personal best, 11.30 this season. Welcome, Kimber Nelson. In lane number 8, 11.06 at her best, 11.38 this season. Another Jamaican, Ashanti Moore. That's the lineup for the women's 100 meters event sponsored by KFC. Women's 100 meters up and running. Tia and Tina Clayton away well, so too is Sears. Jessie Sears. The Clayton twins are surging clean against it.
Now, Jackie, she won the race running a 10.98 seconds. In second place was Jacia Shears. She ran at 11.04 seconds. And Alana Reed was third and she ran at 11.16 seconds. Now, we had who was supposedly the favorite going in. Tia Clayton in this race, she finished fifth, running at 11.24 seconds. No, this race was ran in a positive 1.8 meters per second wind. Now, clearly going in trackies, I had Tia Clayton taking the win. Actually, I had both twins finishing, first and second. I had Tia, going away for a convincing win with Tina Clayton dipping below 11 seconds, 10.9, like she did here. Trackies for second. However, she was 10.9 for first. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see her really come through. Of course, the execution track is what I was expecting from her. I am not surprised by seeing this type of race from her because literally this is what I expected. The only difference is I expected a Tia Clayton to be in the conversation for first and actually run something, faster than what we saw at Tina, possibly a 10.8 performance. And I'm not going to lie, track is, given where I was sitting, I was getting flashbacks. It was giving me deja vu. High school, Tia Clayton versus Tina Clayton. That was the vibe I was definitely getting. And it's always been a very, very interesting dynamic to me. Both of them trackies are competitors, but at the same time, they're siblings. And to make it worse, trackies, they are twin sisters. So I'm sure, that dynamic is very difficult to deal with. And as far as I was concerned, especially watching them at such a tender age in high school, it seems as though, Tia struggled a lot with competing against a Tina Clayton. So I was wondering when I was way back there about Tia Clayton's result. However, I did go and watch the playback, and that is why sometimes I tell you all trackies I hesitate to speak on races if I do not see footage because context matters when you're talking about races and, of course, providing commentary. If you don't really see the race and you just go blindly off the result, it doesn't tell you the full picture. When I rewatched that race, especially overhead shot from the athletes, both Tia and Tina got up out of their dry phase the same time, with Tia looking like she was slightly ahead in the race. And by the time she was really ready to kick into overdrive, because the other athletes were there, Tina was there, and of course, Jasia Shiz was there. And she was ready to say, look here, we ain't in the same league. And as she was ready to really step on that accelerator, seems as though she felt something trackies and eased off. It didn't seem as drastic as, oh, I literally, caught an injury. So I'm hoping that trackies, it was just a cramp and she will be absolutely fine in a few weeks for the national championships trackies because that's where we really need our athletes to be ready and really be speeding so that they can collect one of those 3 spots to represent Jamaica. Now, outside of course, Tia Clayton pulling up, so of course I'm wishing her a speedy recovery, whatever the issue is. We definitely want her to be 100% and get back on track as soon as possible. I was actually surprised with Alana Reed in this particular race because I had Toby Amusan finishing roughly 4th. She finished 4th here trackies, but I mean, given the fact that I expected Tia to be higher up, in the order. So I was expecting her, Toby to be ahead of an Alana Reed, but Alana Reed is definitely showing, good signs as well that she's rounding into some kind of shape. No, I wasn't really pressuring on Alana Reed because she has recently changed, coaching. So I was expecting her, to take a little bit more time to progress, given what we've especially seen from her early season as well. So I really wasn't pushing it to be expecting anything major, coming out of this competition from her. But she definitely pulled through for a nice season's best 11.16 seconds. So guess what track is? Alana Reed in a few weeks definitely wants to try her hand, if not making the individual team, possibly on the team for a relay spot. And we all know Alana is a good relay leg. Make sure they put you on the right leg though, because they keep messing up. They messed up last year as far as I'm concerned with the leg that they put her on. But outside of that track is, oh my gosh, Tina. I spoke about her mentality right outside of injury setbacks track is, there's nothing you can do about that. You just have to wait out the process, pretty much wait until you're fit and ready to go. But her mindset track is what I've always been very much impressed with. I remember her as an under 20 athlete, a junior athlete, and I remember that rivalry between herself and Brianna Liston. I'll never forget because I was carrying Brianna Liston, my sister was carrying Tina Clayton, and I convinced her, to, come over on the Brianna Liston side. But one thing my sister always kept harping on is is the fact that Tina Clayton has the champion mindset. She has the heart of a champion, and she is going to come out here and fight tooth and nail for a victory. She did it as a junior. She was a two-time under 20 champion, of course, running a fantastic, what was then, a junior record, 10.95 seconds. And to see her come back in the last few outings, Shakis, I could feel the return of that Tina from old, from a mindset perspective. And watching this race last evening, track is Tina, that undefeated warrior, has for sure returned, and she's an absolute threat because she is not going down without a fight. Now, interestingly, I did listen to a post race interview of her from the Racers Grand Prix where she said she was very, very nervous. She thinks that this was the most nervous she was in an outing. And the last time she remembers being this nervous was when she ran that 10.95 seconds, right? So she knew that that 10.9 was coming. I think a lot of us realized that that 10.9 was coming. But for the athlete herself, she was very excited to the point where she was nervous and trying to keep calm to make sure that she executed that perfect race. And wow, was it an absolutely fantastic execution from her, taking nothing away from her. Fantastic win in this women's 100 meters. I'm excited to see what's going to happen when we get to trials. When they start to throw in a few more names, Strackies, look here. This women's 100 meters gets a little bit more interesting when you think about the stalwarts that are there that will be potentially competing, and these young and up and coming athletes that not waiting around. They're here to snatch the positions. You know what I mean? So, things are looking interesting. That's to say the least. But anyway, trackies, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Tina takes the win. Tia seemingly pulls up. I don't really want to say she's injured. It didn't really look that serious, Trackies, or at least I'm hoping and praying that it wasn't that serious, Trackies. So let's see what happens in a few weeks. Let me know your thoughts. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.